guys can't be hiding because the special guests look for you.
Members of the tribe of the Cub Scouts, I am Kintaoa. I am the storyteller. Our great chief, Michaela, he has heard good things of this path. He has heard that some of you have reached the end of the Cub Scout trail and are ready to receive the arrow of life. We are the warriors of the clan of the Cub Scouts, and our clan is that of the Weeble Scout, and the sign of the clan is the golden arrow of light. We are the keeper of the arrow, its guardian, and it is our job to see that only scouts who are truly worthy and deserving ever receive it. So I call upon the shaman to now explain to all of us the meaning and purpose behind the arrow.
When you look upon a scout who wears the golden arrow, the arrow points to your right, a sign to you that this scout is headed in the right direction. The shaft of the arrow is straight and true. This is the path of the scout. Above the arrow shines the sun. It lights the scout's path, and it warms their heart. The sun has 7 rays, which stand for the 7 days of the week, a sign to you that this scout is always on their path. The 7 rays also stand for the 7 duties of a scout, which Mateo will speak more of in a moment. The Arrow of Light badge is so important to the scouting program. It is the only badge you may wear upon your uniform that you earned as a Cub Scout when you cross over. It is the only badge an adult leader may wear upon their uniform that they earn as a Cub Scout. The only badge of more importance in all of scouting is, of course, that of the eagle, the ultimate goal of all scouts. And now Mateo will tell us of the 7 duties.
These 7 duties of the scout live in your scout promise, your scout law. They are a guide for you, a guide down the trail to the arrow of light and beyond. So I tell you, scouts, now, to close your mind to the outside world around you, to listen carefully to my words, and as the flames are lit upon the candles, may the meaning of my words be burnt into your hearts, so that you may be able to call upon the 7 duties whenever you need them. The first duty of the scout. You have a duty to do your best, and you should always do your best. Accept the challenge. Give it your all. Never quit. Never cheat. Never take the shortcut. And most importantly, never give up on yourselves. For everybody who encounters you in your life will expect to receive one thing from you, and that is your very best. And as a scout, they should never receive any least. The second duty of the scout. You have a duty to be prepared. And how, you might ask, can I possibly carry everything with me in life so that I would be prepared for any situation that I come upon? And the answer is this. You must gain knowledge and never stop learning. You must learn to control your mind over your body. For if you can remain calm and in control when times get anxious and excited, you will be able to look around you. Find the things that you learned about that will help you with the situation that you're in. This is how a scout is truly prepared. The third duty of the scout. You have a duty to God, and you must worship God in the teachings of your faith and family. Give God praise and thanks daily, Do not forget to thank Him for the gift of scouting. In your promise, you have a duty to God. And in your law, a scout is reverent. And one of the means to this is that you will not make fun of, put down, or harm another just because their religious beliefs are different than your own. The fourth duty of the scout. You have a duty to our country, and we are all most fortunate indeed to live in the United States, where we are truly free, where scouting can only exist in the true free countries of the world. Wear the flag upon your uniform with pride. Display it from your homes. Obey the laws of your country. Be a loyal and patriotic citizen. Never forget those who have gone ahead of you in life and have sacrificed greatly, some with the ultimate sacrifice, so that we may enjoy the rights and freedoms that we have today, including scouting. Always ask of yourselves, what can we do to help this country? Not what can this country do to help us. The fifth duty of the scout. You have a duty to your family. And you will not always agree with what your parents tell you. But I tell you this, you must listen to your parents and follow their instructions. For their concern is you. They want you to grow to be a good, happy person. If you have brothers and sisters at home, try to get along with them. Try not to fight. And when you're given a chore to do at home, do it with being asked but one time, without question, without argument, and without the expectation of a reward. For you must be a loyal and faithful member of your family. You have other families in your life. You have a family in this path. Your schools, your churches, the community. As a scout, you promise to give service to others freely and willingly. The sixth duty of the scout. You have a duty to yourself. And as I said before, never stop learning. Study hard in school. Do your best to get good grades. Read something every day. Does not matter what you read, but reading in itself will help keep your mind healthy and strong. Eat foods that are truly good for you. And stay away from the things that will do your mind and body harm. Do not just lay about the house. Get outside. Run and play. Build a strong body. And you already know in your lives what is right and what is wrong. And it takes a brave scout to tell his friends that he will not do something that he knows is wrong. For a scout is physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. The seventh duty of the scout. You have a duty to our country, to our earth. She's the only one we have. You must learn to take care of Mother Earth, to protect her, to conserve her, to heal the scars that man has put upon her over the centuries. In scouting, you will learn to go into the woods, up into the mountains, down to the shores and streams. You'll learn to recognize nature, to appreciate nature, and to interact with nature. And on your journey, you will learn two lessons: to leave only footprints and take only memories, so that those traveling the trail of life behind you will have these same great gifts to enjoy. These are the 7 duties of the scout. They live in your scout law. They live in your scout oath. The next time you recite these, listen carefully to your own words. You will hear the duties come to life. Shaman, send the warriors out amongst this group. Have them bring to you all who they find worthy and deserving of our honor, the arrow of life. Using your mind's eye, look deep into these scouts' hearts. If you agree with this, paint upon the cheek the golden arrow, and send them on to me.
Go out amongst this group and bring to me those you find worthy. Is this scout worthy?
Yes.
Is this scout deserving?
Yes.
Is this scout worthy?
Yes.
Is this scout worthy?
Yes.
Have you brought to me all those you have found worthy and deserving?
We have.
Shaman, have the warriors searched well?
They have.
Have they brought out to you who they found worthy and deserving of our honor? Have you looked deep into these scouts' hearts? Agreed with this, painted upon the cheek the golden arrow, and sent them all to me?
I have.
Will the den leader and the cub master of these scouts join me in my council? I ask you, these scouts, they have always done their best? Yes. And these scouts, they have always been loyal scouts? In your hearts, do you believe that these scouts are truly worthy and deserving of our honor, the Arrow of Light? And have these scouts met all the requirements set forth by the Boy Scouts of America for the rank of Arrow of Light? You boys have been found worthy and deserving of the Arrow of Light by your den leaders, your cub master, the Boy Scouts of America, the warriors of the Klan. And so we have painted upon your cheek a golden arrow, the sign of the Klan. A sign to all you present tonight that these scouts have indeed earned the arrow of life, and they are well on their scouting trail. There's also a sign to you that these scouts are in full membership of the Klan of the Cub Scouts, that of the Weaglows, and they have earned the right to wear the arrow upon their cheek. But this will come off when they go home tonight. So we call for the pack to present these boys with the Arrow of Light badge that they will wear upon their uniform for the rest of the time that they're in scouting.
Does the parents of these scouts come up and stand behind your scout? Actually, Mike, into the earth. This is a tradition that we've had. We've got a couple traditions tonight. We're going to have about having a totem. Mike put these together for us. Hand this to your parent. And then pin your Arrow of Light badge on your uniform. I'm going to have that pinned on upside down. Right now it's on the pocket. And when the scout does a good turn, take that pin or that patch, so permanently the uniform, where the blade actually will go to the bottom of this pocket. I mentioned earlier, Arrow Light Scouts. You all have come through this program and done a lot. You've just started doing a lot with your parents. Over the past couple of years, you all have started to work more as a group. But you got to remember, you always have somebody there taking care of you, watching your back, and not likely to present as a visit to your parent. Parents pin. To wear in recognition of all that they have done for you all.
Let's give a hand to these Arrow of Light recipients. You have heard me say tonight that the Arrow of Light is the end of the Cub Scout trail, but it is much more. For it is the first step of the Boy Scout trail, the trail to the eagle, the ultimate goal of all scouts. So we call upon the scouts who are here to receive these scouts into your troop to join on the left of my console. Parents, stand behind your son as you will stand behind him on his scouting trail. Scouts have heard me say tonight that the 7 duties of the Scout live within your promise. So I call upon you now to raise your sign in the Boy Scout sign and to recite aloud for all present to hear your Boy Scout promise. Listen carefully to your own words, and you will hear the 7 duties. Scout sign. On.
Keep myself physically strong.
Boy Scouts, you have heard their promise, or it is your promise. It's the promise of the Trail of the Eagle. As these Scouts come and join your troop, and they stumble and fall upon this trail, will you pick them up and put them back on the trail?
Yes.
Will you teach them the skills of a Scout?
Yes.
Will you help these Scouts become strong, loyal Scouts?
Yes.
Will you advance them down the trail?
Yes.
Will you help them reach the Eagle?
Yes.
Parents, you have heard your son's promise. It is a good promise. It is a strong promise. It's a promise of life. For if he can live his duty well beyond his time in scouting, he will grow to be a good, strong man that many will be proud of. You have heard the promise of the Boy Scouts. They will teach them the skill of the Scout and advance them down the scouting trail. Will you support your sons on this trail? Your involvement with his advancement changes at this time. For in the Scouts, they teach the skills and advance the Scout. But they will call upon you for help. They will need help running the troop, getting to and from activities, and the business of the troop. As they call upon you for help and you can give it, will you? Robert, with your family, cross into the Boy Scouts. Lucas, with your family, cross into the Boy Scouts. Logan, with your family, cross into the Boy Scouts. Lucas, with your family, cross into the Boy Scouts.
Can I get y'all for you to step forward? Like I said, we've got a couple traditions tonight. Several of you have seen this before. This is a carryover from when I was a Cub Scout, and I realized that I was standing right where you are now about 25 years ago. So, and my Weeblos Den leader challenged me at that point when I crossed into a troop to earn my eagle. He shy 8 years later, I achieved that. And that was a very important thing in my life. It's opened up a lot of doors, and it's been a very valuable thing to me. So it's a challenge I want to make to you. And I've taken your Webelos neckerchief and tied it to square knot, which is the joining out of Boy Scouts. And what I want you to do is keep this around as a reminder of our challenge to you to earn your eagle. And what I'd like you to do is, when you do earn your eagle, I'd like you to let us know, let the pack know. There are lots of leaders here that would like to share and celebrate that with you as well. And at that time, I would like to come and untie that knot. I've been able to untie actually quite a few so far. It's a really nice experience. So we should keep that as a reminder of that challenge.
Troop and parents, you may return to your seats. New Scouts, please join me in my console. Let's give a hand to these new Boy Scouts. You are Cub Scouts no more, for you have taken the first step of the Boy Scout trail, the trail of the eagle, the ultimate goal of all Scouts. It is a difficult trail. It is a challenging trail, but it's rightfully so and as it should be. For it is said that only 1 in 22 Scouts will ever achieve the rank of Eagle in Scouting today. The Eagle Scout rank is the only youth organization award in our country that is recognized by all levels of government, all branches of the military service, and most social and civil organizations. It is that strong. It has that much meaning. It is worth earning. If you can keep to your 7 duties, if you can live your promise in law, and if you can follow the instruction of your Boy Scouts, your troop, your trail will be made easier for you. For it is also said that once you are an Eagle Scout, you are always an Eagle Scout. So will all the Eagle Scouts who are here with us today join in a place of honor at the center of my console. This is a sign to you that the trail is not impossible, that it can be accomplished. Let's give a hand to these Eagle Scouts. Scouts, with the 7 duties alive in your heart, I start you now on your scouting trail. Go and join your troop. For the Cub Master, join me in my console. We shall return now to Opela, and we will tell him of what we've seen here tonight, of the honor that was given. We will let him know that the 7 duties are alive and well here. Perhaps one day he'll send us back to honor more of these scouts with the arrow of light and cross them into the scouting program.
With that, the ceremony has ended, but we have refreshments back there, cake and punch. Of course, we want to do a big group picture with our Native American friends that are here with us. So before my pack and my new scouts, my new Boy Scouts, before you all go back there for refreshments, you want to get pictures. Family, if you want any pictures, you'll be able to come and get pictures as well with the Native Americans.